Chris Evans has transformed from a teen movie star to a thriller star to portraying one of the best-known superheroes in the comic book franchise. His role as Captain America has firmly planted Evans as one of the most well-known actors in the world. And all we know is that he's a genuine and down-to-earth guy in real life. Despite his high level of fame, Evans is a very private person, but so many fans just want to know more about the talented, handsome star. So here's 10 things you did not know about Chris Evans. Welcome to WatchTop10.com. Subscribe to our channel for more cool videos and watch this video till the end because the last point will amaze you.
Also, are you a skilled? What is your skill level as far as tap dance goes?
This is really like taking on a lot.
Yeah, we're going. Look,
Number 10. He tap dances privately. Evans has a lot of talents and seems to be one of those guys who can pick up anything he tries to learn. But as it turns out, one of his most surprising hobbies is tap dancing. I tap dance, he revealed in an interview. My mother was a tap dancer, and as a result, we all grew up with an understanding of tap dancing. They even had a tap floor in their basement, and his mom says he still tap dances sometimes to release stress.
It might seem oversimplified, but it's profound. I'd say shh.
Number 9. Chris Evans is a Buddhist. Coming from a Boston family, Chris grew up in a Catholic household. They were never devoted practitioners. He said in an interview, "It wasn't forced upon me and we didn't go to church every week." Nowadays, Chris subscribes to a different kind of belief system, telling that he started taking an interest in Eastern philosophy as a teenager. There was a whole religion that felt the way I was feeling. That's when I thought, wow, I think I'm a Buddhist. We are happy for you, Chris. Hope you continue to see the light in whatever religion you choose to practice.
Excuse me.
Number 8. Chris Evans has anxiety issues. It's difficult to imagine a profession less suited to somebody who suffers from anxiety than a Hollywood actor. Before he took on Captain America, however, Evans found himself in a very dark place emotionally, something which the actor has been vocal about. Evans recently said that the press tours for his films around the time of Captain America, the First Avenger, had begun to make him nervous, describing the red carpet experience similar to walking on hot coals. As soon as Evans accepted the role of Steve Rogers, he booked himself into therapy for the first time. He now goes as often as he can. Well, you're a fighter, Chris, and we hope you know it's completely okay to be nervous amongst all other things. Number 7. He's made more comic book movies than any other actor. Come to the end of 2019, Chris Evans will have starred in 17 different comic book movies. Although 12 of these will have comprised of appearances in Marvel Cinematic Universe, Evans has also played comic book characters other than Steve Rogers. Chris played the role of Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, in the film Fantastic Four. Although the actor plays the super famous character of Captain America, he was never a fan of comic books as a child.
Now picture that, but everywhere.
Number 6. He lives in a $3.5 million house in Los Angeles. The walled and gated estate is spread over 4,600 square feet and has 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, a pool, and a spa. He lives in the home with his faithful dog, Dodger.
You got a dog since? This is a new dog?
Yeah, I adopted a dog. He's a mutt. He's
He's a great dog.
He's
right?
a really good dog.
Well, not hard to believe considering he has an enormous career behind him. He's been in Hollywood for over 22 years now and has been earning a hefty amount of money all these years. For example, he was paid $15 million for Avengers Endgame. Interesting, isn't it?
Don't even think about it.
Never do.
What are you doing? Johnny, no!
Number 5. His obsession for painting. Chris was heard saying, "I wanted to be an artist. I was really into painting, drawing, and animation. I wanted to work for Disney." Well, that may have been a loss to painting, but it surely is a substantial gain to Hollywood.
Care to join me?
Number 4. He wants a wife and definitely kids. Chris Evans would love to have children. The 37-year-old actor can't wait to have a family one day and is excited for the time when he can carve pumpkins and decorate Christmas trees with his future kids. He said, "I really want kids. Yeah, I do. I like pretty pedestrian domestic things. I want a wife. I want kids. I like ceremony. I want to carve pumpkins and decorate Christmas trees. Aw, isn't that sweet?"
Please welcome Jennifer Lopez and Chris Evans.
Number 3. Evans had a huge crush on Jennifer Lopez. During an interview, Chris shared that J-Lo has been a major crush of mine for so long, and how he was a nervous wreck for the first time they met. The actor shared that he tried to keep it together while presenting Oscar for the Best Production and Design at the Academy Awards alongside Jennifer Lopez. Well, not just that. Chris even admits to having a huge crush on Sandra Bullock all those years growing up. He said, "I grew up with a huge crush on Sandra Bullock. Speed was the big one for me." The whole movie, in general, it did it for me. Not just that, Sandra and Chris were seen hanging out, and clearly they enjoyed each other's company a lot. It didn't quite get any further than that, at least not that we know of.
I thought we agreed that was bad. Now!
Number 2. He's getting into politics. With his uncle, who's a former congressman actually, Evans has lately been spotted hanging around Washington a lot. Evans isn't making a run for political office yet, but he's recently co-founded a political website, A Starting Point, with the aim of bringing both sides of the debate together. Already, Evans has interviews in the can for A Starting Point, having conducted conversations with both Democratic and Republican senators and representatives. Since we're talking about his future, let me also tell you his contract with Marvel finishes this year. And it is widely known that Chris Evans has expressed an interest in departing superheroics to focus on film directing instead. More recently, though, he's been chatting openly about being up for anything that Marvel want to do with Captain America. Well, we wish you best of luck for your future, Chris. Number 1. Chris Evans was a huge weed addict. Chris Evans used to love weed, but said in a new interview that he no longer smokes as regularly as he used to, claiming it zaps his energy. "I've chilled out on the weed," Evans said, and he also added, "I used to love it, but now I think it's going to be one thing that gets in my way. It zaps your motivation." Well, based on our research on this super famous 37-year-old Hollywood celebrity, we would gladly say that he's a thorough gentleman who is brave enough to be vulnerable, who is kind and humble, and almost brutally good-looking. Thanks for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe.